Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to Katt Williams Week. It ain't even my channel no more. It's just Katt Williams Week. Anything else gets thrown to the back burner. I know LeBron James is happy as a pig in slop. Like, nobody talking about me and the Lakers. You got sports shows talking about Katt Williams. They got Gil's Arena, supposed to be a sports show. They talking about Katt Williams all damn day. Smart move. Smart move. They be like, well, why are y'all talking about Katt Williams on this show today? On the sports show? Well, I think he was sitting at a courtside. Shannon Sharp, he played sports. I don't know what Gil said because I didn't watch it. I just saw the topic that they were talking about Katt Williams. I didn't watch it. But I can guarantee you that whatever Gil said, it was a lie or it was clickbait. That's all I can tell you. I mean, I know the human being from dealing with him for 2.5 years, interacting with him, knowing how he operates. That's exactly what he's doing. Now, let's get to why we're here. Katt Williams has broken the internet. I've explained to you how I know Katt Williams. I've explained to you how all my people are still connected to Katt Williams as this day. My boy is his DJ. So whenever he goes and do those stand-up shows, the DJ that you hear doing all his music, his break, everything, that's my guy. That's Opio. Now, from Chicago, the whole nine. He is on Facebook right now. Like, my boy just broke the internet. Y'all, he is happy. He is happy about this as anybody I know, man. He is like, yeah, boy, he thinking about all the shows they finna do and sell out. Because this finna be even crazier now when he tours. He done just went through a whole new level of high. 15 million and counting. 15 million and counting. And it's only been what? Not even 48 hours. 15 million? Not Opio from Souls. Opio from Chicago. So it's already climbing at a rate that they can't slow down. And it's because of all the big names in there. And it was so big that this is why Kevin Hart had to respond. This is why all these actors and entertainers and all these people who felt their livelihood was being disturbed felt, I got to say something. This ain't going right. I have to say something. Now, let's get to why we're here and why I left this separate from the comedians. Because when he was talking about the comedians, we put the focus really on there. We're done with that. Okay, we've covered this with Ricky Smiley and that guy and all that. We've covered that. Now, here's the other part that many of you really didn't focus too much on. Some people did, but I did. Shannon Sharp asked him a question that had nothing to do with anything that's related to Katt Williams. And it was about Kanye West. Why he felt the need to ask Katt Williams about Kanye West, I have no idea. But he did. So let's listen.
Right. Absolutely.
And if that's your only goal is to hit him so hard that he don't want to be him no more, you just out of luck.
Yeah, you wasting your time.
There's no, your coach can't help you. There ain't no pep talk gonna help you. Don't matter about the uniform, your cheerleading. None of that matters. If it ever gets to mano y mano, may the best man win. And if you've been living your entire life trying to be the best man that you can for yourself, then you should feel great about those odds.
What do you think about Kanye rants? What's going on with Kanye? From a distance, obviously, I don't know how well you know Kanye. I don't know if you've been around Kanye, but from a distance, what do you suspect's going on?
Why would you ask Katt Williams about Kanye West? Why would you? Because he wanted a real answer. Great point, Rena Jones. He wanted a real, honest answer because he can detect that there's no filter of lying when it comes to this man. Now, he may say some things that are opinionated, but let's take a deep dive into this. Let's hear his response.
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, whew, this guy? Because, I mean, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Jesus. And you're the one that told the guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. Mm-hmm. You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, when? Oh, like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he didn't know. He understood that he wanted that.
He said that as if he was saying it to make it better. Katt said that as if he was like, no, not that. Not like that. Meaning that she was a hoe before they met. Like, it's not like he didn't know she was a hoe. Not like that. Like, he made it better. Oh my God. Oh my God. But this is going to bring a lot of things to light. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret too. So,
well, you know Kanye. I don't know if you've been around Kanye, but from a distance, what do you suspect's going on?
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, whew, this guy? Because, I mean, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Jesus. And you're the one that told the guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. Mm-hmm. You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, when? Oh, Lord. Like,
look how Shannon Sharp falls over. Oh, Lord. Shannon like, oh, God, I'm going to get canceled. Oh, man. Oh, God, look at this. He done fell over. Now, watch this. No, not like that.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he did.
He married her because she was one.
No, he understood that he wanted that. He courted that. That's what he wanted. The basis family on.
Good heart, though.
And he's saying Kanye knew she was like that and wanted that. He courted her to build his family.
Know what you gonna say? Don't you say it, Katt? Don't you say it? I will move the conversation.
If what I'm saying is not correct, then how does she end up with Pete Davidson?
I mean, it happens all the time.
And what if you weren't even good enough for Pete and he leaves you? What do that mean the product was? No, I don't support or villainize Kanye because I don't understand what it is we want from him. I don't know why we look at a basketball player and say he didn't score no hockey goals this whole season. He don't play hockey. Kanye don't say nothing I can agree with. Okay. He was the weird guy in the beginning with the pink sweaters when we met him. Like, what do you think moving to a beat of your own drum? This dude started a church and kept cussing. Nobody in black church said nothing. You would have thought all the pastors would have came. You can't be no gospel artist. You just said fuck that bitch. Nobody said nothing because T.D. Jakes over there with P. Diddy. Like,
come on, Katt.
Only the guy you had here has been upfront and honest and a man of God and humble and took the L's he had to take and didn't.
I did see it was trending though, but I ain't know. I ain't know why, Katt. I don't.
Now, let's get into. I'm taking my watch off for this one. Oh man. Let's get into it. Gurney in the house. Okay, Mike Classic. Now, yes, you should, Gabby. With your fine self. Now, let's speak on this. Because it must be said. Here is the gist of what Katt is saying and what's going on right here. And when he brought up Kanye West. This is the same thing I went through here at home. I said the same things about Kanye West. As I told you, the people I deal with know Kanye West. Kanye, they've worked with Kanye. Kanye has done things for them. So they hold Kanye in a different regard. I knew the dudes that was writing his rhymes, the dudes that was protecting him, the guys who was promised they was finna get on the mic too and be signed with Kanye. He was finna help these guys do something. Kanye in Chicago was like, once he blew up, everybody was looking for him to latch on to Kanye so that they can get something going for themselves. Now, here's where the problems came into play. People have blind loyalty to what was going on with Kanye because they felt like, well, no, man, you just don't understand. That's all it is. Man, why you hating on Kanye? So they watched the Casino for Life channel. So naturally, when we went to the party at the house party, I got cornered. I'm like, man, what is this about? Like, man, yeah, man, you be going in on Ye, man. What you be going in on Ye for, man? You know we cool with Ye. I was like, what that got to do with it? So when I'm sitting there cornered about Ye, and I'm sitting there having 4-5 conversations about Kanye West with the people that should know better, I'm like, what are you talking about? You saw what happened. You seen this. You saw what he did right there. You saw that. What are y'all talking about? Y'all acting like I said something wrong. Like he didn't do this. No, man, Kanye, man, he changed, man. He see that, man. He getting away from them crazy people. It's them Kardashians. It's them. They did this. They the problem. It ain't him. I said, it's like, dog, if you telling me this the same guy that's been the same since day one, and no, once his mother passed, he never had a chance to grieve. And he turned into a complete monster. He turned into a complete monster. He was a spoiled mama's boy who got everything he wanted when he whined. And it happened even when he got into Hollywood. First, he came in humble. Didn't want to say too much because he didn't want to get ostracized. So he curbed himself until he blew up and became Kanye West. Now, all the filters off. Now he got everything he needed. So he didn't humble himself no more. The humble Kanye was gone. He was just fronting. Now you're going to see the real Kanye. And they didn't know that till after college dropout hit. Then they start seeing arrogant, boastful yelling at everybody, Kanye, and wanting demands and he this and that. But now they can't say nothing because he's got the #1 album in the world. Then he's doing freak outs, blowing out, like freaking out in the middle of interviews. He flew back to Chicago. He goes over to Gucci. He flies back, right? And in the middle of the interview, somebody brought him a gyro. So he's got the gyro with the gyro sauce or gyro, whatever you want to call it. So he's eating it, and then some of it spill on his shirt, and he freaks out. God damn it! Man, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. I needed a napkin around here. Now I can't do the interview. And the only time he was like, see, this is the part about the business in Hollywood I can't stand, man. You don't got no time to even sit down and eat. I ain't eat nothing, man. I've been rushed on the plane since I woke up this morning. Now I'm back here in Chicago, and I'm supposed to do this show over here, but now I ain't had no time to eat. I had to do this interview with y'all. So now I've got to, in the middle of this interview, you don't mind if I finish my sandwich, do you? So he finished his gyro sandwich. They had to go get him another shirt, and it's like 11 p.m. at night. Kanye had everybody, the whole concert, late for his performance and everything. People had to wait 2 hours because he was doing an interview, changing shirts, and eating a gyro. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the way we look at things. I know so much, y'all have no idea. Everybody from Jeffrey Manners, he was dealing with Jeffrey Manor over there, helping the guys out over there. They had their rap crew, and they was helping Kanye out, and Kanye was supposed to help them. Then he had the Gangster Disciples that was with him called the Go-Getters. He was helping them out. And he was helping out everybody. Rhyme Fest, them, they all writing the rhymes for him, helping him out with his raps. And everybody's like, oh, okay, cool. So they did all this putting College Dropout together. All these people that helped put this album together. That was a Chicago album. Once he started getting on, he didn't care about them. Now he want Hype Williams. Now he want all these guys. And then he want to treat Cudi like he was nothing. So he threw Cudi and them, threw him to the side. The guy who was with him the whole rip. Then for no rhyme or reason, he wanted to get away from him because he wanted to go Hollywood anyway. He felt like, y'all too low level. If I'm associating with y'all, I can't go to Balenciaga. I can't go to Louis Vuitton. I can't go with them if I'm hanging with y'all. He had that mentality. But then, once they showed him what they thought of him, he came with his tail between his legs, come crawling back to Chicago. He came crawling back to Chicago, lying. He had the radio host. She was crying. She was absolutely crying for Kanye West. She fell for the bullshit. I had seen it before. I said, I've seen this from him before. Whenever he has a falling off, something don't go his way, he falls on the mercy of everybody, and they all out to get him. When he went on stage with Taylor Swift, and everybody turned on him, I was like, we all had Kanye back. We was at F Taylor Swift. F everybody at that awards. Kanye is who we rolling with. Then he came out with the video power. I was like, there you go. Show them you the black Egyptian. You don't need this shit. We gonna stand with you. As long as we got your back, you can't fall. How can one man have all this power? We was like, all right, there you go. Tell him, Ye. And he was in New York for the Thanksgiving parade, and they got Kanye West waving his arms, and them white people, what about Taylor? Boo! And I was, F you. We were standing with Ye. We were like, we standing with this dude. 10 toes down. Then what'd he do? He run right back over there to the same thing he talked about, the conspiracy. He goes right on TV and starts saying, we cool, all this stuff. I made up with Taylor. She forgave me. And it boosted her career. She played the victim card and it worked for her. Like somebody assaulted her or something. Doing the same award show, Beyonce let her do her speech doing hers when she won. Like, go on and finish your speech, Taylor. She was, oh, thank you. So she got to speak. Nobody gave Beyonce credit for that. And they didn't care if Beyonce got to say her part. Long as Taylor got to talk. And why did that happen? Because Kanye came in there with a stripper named Amber Rose, who was drinking Hennessy out the bottle and tongue kissing her. He was drunk and way beyond gone off Hennessy. Easy. You go to your app store and look and type in the word Patreon. And then you go to Casino for Life. It is just that simple. But see, that's what they do. They fall for.
I speak from a Black woman's perspective. I'm African American.
They fall for his BS. Now, this was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. It's only so many times you can go to the well with me. When you said George Bush don't care about black people and they started coming down with you, I stood 10 toes down. When you did the Taylor West thing, Taylor Swift thing, I stood with Kanye West. I said, no, we rolling with Ye. Both times. Even when you went on TV and they made you apologize so that you can keep your situation. They made you go on NBC and apologize to George Bush. He wasn't even the president anymore, I don't think. He was the former president. It didn't even matter. And he wouldn't even say your name correct. You were Conway West. Well, I think Conway West really did something. They brought him on there to apologize. That was the only way he was going to get the budget that he needed. He had to go on Matt Lauer's show. And why did it have to be Matt Lauer? Because Matt Lauer produced that whole special when Hurricane Katrina was going on that had all the celebrities show up and they got Mike Myers there. They called him. He caught the whole blunt of that. Producers, everybody was like, get him off. And Matt Lauer took the blow of that. So he had Kanye come on Matt Lauer's show. Matt Lauer was like, yeah, and you're sorry, right? He was, you can cut all the music. I don't need all the jazz. I know, like, I know what I need to do. So he was trying to find the right words to apologize with, saying, I did not have enough information to call that man a racist. So he had to come in there and change his tone about George Bush Jr. to get his budget money. One of the hardest things he ever had to do was because he never had to be apologetic for anything he was doing. Right? Then he goes back and is back to Yale. So we stood with him 10 toes down. It's only so many times you can keep going to the well, dog, that we finna sit here and back your bullshit. Every time Chicago had your back, you turn on Chicago and go right back to the same people who you claim you did wrong. You did a rant on Jay-Z and all them. Like, man, I'm tired. I made an album and all that. We took your side. When you did this whole rant and went against Jay-Z and everybody else and Beyonce, when they messed up your album with Tidal, we had your back. So that's 3 times we had Kanye West back. 1, 2, and 3. 3 times I had your back. What did he do? He went running back over there. And Beyonce and them was like, that's it, Jay. I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with him ever. I'm out. I'm not going through that. Jay wasn't even allowed to be around you no more. Then finally, you were somewhere he was, and he saw you. Then he got on a song with you and all that, and that was it. He couldn't be associated with you no more. You too out of control. So we all had your back. But when all of this was going on, you did the dumbest thing in the world. You were insured by the Lords of London, which puts you through a strenuous physical to make sure you're physically capable of being under any type of representation by them, to make sure you're insurable. Nobody collects from the Lords of London. So when you pulled out for like mental health reasons and all of this stuff from the tour, you wanted to collect on the insurance money when you didn't finish the tour. Now, when you didn't finish the tour, the Lords of London is going to put you through hell. Stress, bills, you couldn't perform. You couldn't do anything. You had no money coming in. The Yeezys was the only thing you had that was rolling for you, but you was broke at the time because you was still trying to wait for that Adidas deal. All of that was on hold till the Lords of London case was resolved. So now Kim got to pay all the bills, and y'all were moving into a new mansion, and you were broke, and you let your mama house in Chicago rot, which they was like, man, you were supposed to support the house. Rhymefest is over there, and he's trying to keep the house like, he's like, man, your house should be like the Jacksons. Like, that house should be a museum. Like, this should be like the Jacksons family home that they built, like 2100 Jackson Street. This should be that. The house Kanye West grew up in, this should be something iconic. And we should like restore this house. It don't cost that much. Like, why did you just let it just rot? Like, they called it the Donda House. They had it all. They was like, okay. So when they started the project to keep it up, the Donda House and all that, making it a museum, and he just didn't see it that way. Kim Kardashian didn't hold it down. See, I'm gonna tell y'all what's really was going on at the time. See, Kris Jenner is her manager. Kanye built Kim Kardashian. When Kim Kardashian had met Kanye West, she was a reality show vixen. That was it. She got a deal with, like, what was that, Lifetime or whatever the people they were with beforehand. They only wanted Kim only because of that sex tape. That was her popularity. Her, Paris Hilton, they both got reality TV show deals. With that, Nicole Richie and all them, they had their little reality shows. So it was all getting these little rich kids reality shows. So Kim Kardashian was finna get one. But Kim, what they don't know, is shy and not camera ready or any of this stuff. They just know her from, well, she looks cute in these magazines and all the rappers jumping on top of her. So yeah, let's get her. And she's just like, I don't want to do this without my family. I can't do it. So they bring in the whole family and called it the Kardashians. But the deal was for Kim. Because nobody knew the rest of them. Then you got big 6 foot tall Frankenberry in there. Chloe. She big, fat, knocking over everything. Everybody says I'm fat. Well, I wonder why. So when she come on the show, she just Frankenberrying and everything, knocking over stuff. It's all for Kim. Not really about me. And be like, look, sit down and finish chewing on the couch or something. She, so this is like the first season. And then those little kids look like little Keebler elves, those Jenners. So if you look at them, you wouldn't even recognize them now compared to what they look like today. They were looking like 2 little Keebler elves running around. So if anybody ever saw season 1 of this, so the whole show was really about Kim, and everybody's like, oh, that other one, Courtney, she kind of cute. Where'd she come from? So now they seen Courtney, and they don't realize Courtney don't really like black guys. So that's it. She only like white guys. So they don't know nothing about that yet. So now all of this is about Kim. And Kim at this time was getting ran through by every professional athlete in the history of mankind. Reggie Bush, all of them. I'm like, man, everybody running through her. It was a professional athlete. But Kim was the mama. And then she liked Kanye West. And Kanye West liked her and wanted to get up with her, but he was in a relationship with his black girlfriend. His mom passes away, and he gets rid of her. He goes to Amber Rose, starts just going wild in strip clubs and strippers and sleeping with all these strippers and just having crazy orgies, and had his laptop with all these things he was recording, all this shit, which was dumb. One of it leaked on the internet. He was sleeping with some groupie, some white girl. I mean, we talk about just like your average Walmart white girl. I mean, like, she was about the most average white chick you've ever seen in your life, big as a house. I mean, she had to be at least 180. And he was slaying a beast. He was slaying a beast. If you want to call that mixed guy black, go ahead. But I'm gonna tell you like this that she was with. Go ahead, dude. But I'm gonna tell you, oh yeah, she was Walmart white. She was one of them Section 8 white chicks that be in Walmart. That's what Ye was with. Oh, it's on tape. And that tape had leaked out. Most of y'all never seen it. They had to pay a lot of money to get that scrubbed off the internet. And he said, I don't have a sex tape. Bruh, I saw the tape. Now, you know, Ray J said that they purposely made the sex tape, that this was a plot by the mom to get them famous. And he did get them famous. And they made it look like a leak. Ray J exposed all of this, right? Now, what happens after that? Kanye West goes ahead and aligns himself with Donald Trump, right? And starts wearing MAGA hats because all of his friends who was on the left really don't deal with Kanye no more because of the things that was going on with the Lords of London. So he was coming back saying he was doing this, he was cool with everybody, and that, and he's doing this. Then all of a sudden, while Kim is paying all the bills, right? Because Kanye built her up. But now this is why him and Chris Jenner kept getting bumping heads. Kanye starts dating her. He had all the control, like, I'm finna change her wardrobe. Okay. Kim's not dressing right. I'm gonna do this and do that. He didn't even have his fashion line yet. But he got her with the right stylist, the people that were styling her. This before he started deciding, I'm a dresser. No, he would had her with real stylists and was getting her wearing real fashion, making her look like a fashion model instead of a teenage girl who was going down to work at her job interning. He was dressing her up and making her look really nice to be out with, people who was rich. So what did he do? It wouldn't surprise me if they did. So they went ahead and did a deal. Kanye was teaching her how to be with A-list people. She was a C-rated celebrity, and Beyonce didn't want to be seen with Kim Kardashian. That would lower their brand. So Jay was trying to say, and Kanye's like, "Look, this is my wife. Like, this is my girl. I'm finna be with her." He like, "Look, whatever, do your thing, but I can't. We can't be associated with that." So they was all sitting side by side, and she wouldn't talk to Kim Kardashian. Beyonce was sitting there like, I'm not going to talk to Kim. So Kim felt out of place, like she won't even speak to me. So that hurt Kanye's feelings. So he telling Jay, we supposed to be family. Beyonce don't want nothing to do with that. That's her brand is not going to get mixed in with no Kim Kardashian and that bubblegum crap they do on the internet. She's got too much class for that. Now, Kanye sees it different. He feel like I'm finna upgrade you. Now, Amber Rose is in high demand because Kanye West had her. So everybody wants to get on her now. She knows how to be up there in those rooms with those rich people and how to choose. So now her and Kanye broke up. She's going to get other rappers. They all want some Amber Rose now. They was, man, this Amber Rose is something else. So now she gets into all these elite parties now. Before, she was just a stripper in the high-end room doing something extra for celebrities. Now, you can call that being very rude to her. I call it don't want nothing to do with her. So Fast forward to Kim paying the bills now. Kanye is broke. He's broke. He MC Hammer broke. And this is at the same time he's out there now going at Drake, allowing Pusha T to go at Drake. He's doing these I'm gonna produce 7 songs here, 7 songs here, 7 songs here, and we're gonna do this 7. And he's talking about God and ministry, and we gotta go and give all the praise to God, and this is where we at with my mind, and he's talking about I'm gonna make an album called Yeezus. Now he's a God complex, and he's doing all of this just a wild talk because he broke and he needs all this attention, and he's blaming people. Yeah, y'all were the reason I gained all this weight, and y'all made me feel like, so I had to go get liposuction. So he went and got liposuction because they had the picture of him, his pot belly all out. He was fat, yay. And boy, everybody made fun of him. I'm like, dog, they make fun of everybody on social media. You're a celebrity. So you went under the same procedure that took the life of your mother. Hit the like button, good people, because they trying to come in with the sabotage right now. You see it's happening. So now, all of a sudden, what happens? Kim is paying all the bills. So Chris is our manager. She's saying, look, you spending out too much money, babe. I know. She was like, I got to. This is my husband. If we don't pay the bills or we default on the loan, it's going to look bad on us. And it's going to hurt our brand. So she was like, Kim, I know you don't want to, but you're going to have to divorce Kanye. We got to get away from him. He's bringing us down. And she's like, I don't want to. He's the father of my kids. I don't want to get divorced. I've already been divorced. I don't want to get divorced again. It'll be my 3rd marriage failure. So this is what she didn't want, to be a failure. She wanted to make it work because her family got split up. She didn't want to go through a divorce from Kanye. So Kanye's fighting with Chris. He's throwing tantrums because he's mad. They putting him on doctor medications and all this stuff to keep him calm through this whole thing. So the lawsuit got settled. The Lords of London had to pay. So they paid Kanye like $15 million or whatever. But before all that happened, Kanye made sure Kim would get her money back. So for her birthday, Kanye West signs over all of this stuff to Kim to make sure Kim got her money back for paying for the house. She was paying all the bills, all the construction for the mansion. Everything was coming out of her account. So, Chris was worried about that. She's paying all the bills. So when it was all settled and he got his Yeezy deal, and with Adidas and everything else, he got the money. What did he do? He went ahead and gave Kim Kardashian part ownership of Yeezy. I said, what are you doing? I was out. He gave her part ownership of Yeezy as a gift. She cried. Now, what does that Y'all think I'm lying? No, I'm dead honestly serious here, people. This actually happened. No, it's the Lloyds of London. I understand that, but no, they call the Lords of London. You don't understand it. You're not enlightened enough to understand what that really means. I understand, K Camp. You want to go by the Lords of London, okay? But you don't understand. You're gonna have to do some deeper research to understand why they call the Lords of London. Now, I know a lot of y'all think this is a joke. Like, I'm just making this up. I'm taking y'all down the long road to get this thing explained, but I want to give y'all everything in full detail. Kanye West gave Kim Kardashian West $1 million check and a percentage of Yeezy for Mother's Day. He gave her part ownership of Yeezy. That was his way of paying her back. And I said, this is the biggest dummy I've ever seen in my life. I would have told her, I ain't paying you jack it back. This is what a marriage is. We just gonna build together right now and keep moving forward. But ain't no paying you back. We married. You gonna pay me back for making your daughter a A-list star and getting her all this doggone sponsorship money? They wouldn't even be dealing with Kim if it wasn't for me. So did you pay me back for that? Well, then you ain't getting a goddamn dime. But no, he did this. Gave her a percentage. And she said, oh, I didn't want it. I don't want it. But she took it. She damn sure took it. Oh, we're going to get to that, Simi. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Simi, because we're going to get to that. Now, he gave her part ownership of Yeezy. So now you think this will make everything better. No, this is what Drake told y'all. Too rich from who? Y'all just got rich again. You see, that's why y'all don't understand that line. I told y'all because Kanye was broke. So when he say too rich for who? Y'all just got rich again. So she got part ownership of Yeezy. He gave it to her. So that's when I said, you know what? This dude's a fool. I can't deal with Kanye West. This dude play victim. He cry and complain when stuff don't go his way. Then he come running back, right? He comes running back, and then that's that. So now he's balling out of control. The money's coming back in and it's flowing. Now he wants this war with Drake, with Pusha and everybody else. And now he's going at it with him. Now he's talking about building his church. This is what Katt Williams says. What man builds a church and still be cursing like that and don't nobody black say nothing? My cousin went to his church thing, his Yeezy church sermon. I'm like, what are you going there for? Why would you go to that? If you really about God, why are you going down there to see him rap? Well, this dude's still talking about hoes and strippers. Nothing he's done, he has not given up any of his ways, but yet he's talking about he's representing the Lord. He gonna go do his church sermon and go right to the strip club. Now, here's the thing. Now, when it was talking about a chance to do something, his $1 billion deal and all these things that he had in place, Kanye runs into a whole nother thing when he starts supporting Trump and start getting all nuts. And then he goes on TMZ and says black people like chose slavery, like slavery was a choice. And that it just infuriated all the black folks who had to hear Kanye say that. And the people that had his back all this time. Had to sit there and endure and listen to that nonsense. But it got even worse. It got even worse. Because he started warring with Kim because she didn't know why he was flipping out. He over in Wyoming, mad because everybody's mad at the way he's doing his album. He's stressed out with the schools and all this stuff he want going on. Nothing's going the way he wanted. Kim trying to be a lawyer. He's pushing her to be a damn lawyer. Got her sitting up there with Trump in the office. And now he mad she sitting down with Meek Mill and all these people. Dude, you knew what she was when you married her. So you tried to clean her up, give her a new image. And now he's like, man, we wasn't even on it like that. We in there talking about all this, prison reform. And he thinking like we trying to get up. And she's sleeping with me. And I'm like, you think that of your wife? So they had a big fight out in Wyoming. She don't want to live in Wyoming. She's a California girl. She goes around to these fashion events. Ain't no fashion events in Wyoming. Now, Kanye does all of this. So what does he do? He gets the bag, right? From Yeezy. And he know he's been messing up and all that. What does he do? He comes home. And he made promises to all these guys there who was at the crib, and they all fell for the Kanye bullshit. And this is when I said, no, dog. Wyoming is nice if you want to buy land and chill there and relax and have your own space if you know how to maintain your land and all that. Wyoming is a good place, but it ain't a good place if you want to go out there and kick it. Wyoming ain't the place for you. But he came to Chicago. And listen to what Ye said when he came to Chicago. Now, when he needs the city again.
Love the human race, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm about my people. And I feel like there's not too many people that in the African American race, when they speak, the whole world listens. You have that power. When you listen, you can tweet something and the whole world pays attention. So from my point of view, and this could be a selfish point of view, I always want you to speak for Black people and in the betterment of Black people.
One thing is like, I don't know if I properly apologize for how that slave comment made people feel. So I want to take this moment right now to say that I'm sorry for hurrying. I'm sorry for the 1-2 effect of the MAGA hat into the slave comment. And I'm sorry for people who felt let down by that moment. And also, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to talk to you about what the way I was thinking and what I was going through and what led me, to that. And I just appreciate you guys holding on to me as a family. And this just proves how much love, and sometimes I think people don't feel the love when they say, I can still feel the love, because I come home to Chicago and I hear 3 Drake records, I don't hear a Ye record. So, sometimes you don't, and except for we got all mine now, but sometimes you don't feel the love because you're looking for it in certain, you're looking to get validated. You hear people negative comment on everything. It's these slides just too small. What's going on? It's just all so much negativity that, in a relationship, maybe somebody will do something just to see if you still love them. And one thing that I got from the TMZ comment is it showed me how much Black people love me and how much Black people count on me and depend on me. And I appreciate that.
I'm glad you said that, because Black people do count on you and they do appreciate you. And
love me.
And love you. Absolutely. But you talked about people seeing the love, and I really just want to be open with you, man. And I feel like a lot of people felt like we lost you to the Kardashian family. And I don't know if I've ever heard you address that people feel like that. How do you feel about people feeling that way about you?
Well, actually, it's the Kardashians are an extended piece of my family and our family. I want to touch on something because, you're saying comments, so I still want to touch on this, and I want to touch on that.
Okay.
You said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about my people. I have a suggestion, an adjustment to that statement, to just change the my to our. If we could just change the I to we.
Can I just say this because, and I respect that. But when I say my people, I see how Black people are still not treated fairly in this country. And that hurts. And first and foremost, I received your apology so much that it almost brought tears to my eyes, because as a Black woman, that's what we miss from you, Kanye. Like, seriously. Like, I was really emotional this year with some of your actions, just from a Black perspective. So I really receive your apology, and I appreciate it, because you are in a position that not everyone gets to be in. And like I said, when you speak, the whole world listens, and your voice is so powerful that you have the ability to make true changes that can affect the African American community. So I just appreciate your apology, and that is why I sit from this position and I say my people. I just feel that way. I didn't mean to cry. I really didn't mean to cry. But you're so important. God has blessed you with this ability that when you speak, change can happen. And I respect your viewpoint, because maybe I'm not there that I respect when you say you're about the human race, and that is absolutely right. But as an African American woman, I see things that my people, Black people, go through every single day. So I have to fight and speak for them. I just feel that way.
Camera.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to cry. I swear I didn't mean to cry. I swear I didn't mean to cry. I didn't mean to get emotional. But I just wanted you to know, like, how it felt when you said that, and when you were apologizing. I felt as though you got it. And I humbly accept your apology, and I receive it. I really do receive it, and I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me see and feel this, because, like, when you be out and on TV, on social media, you never get this level of a connection, or this level of a feeling of, what my voice could really mean, because someone could come and say, well, you only stream this much, or this didn't sell, or this, that, and it makes you feel like your voice is not meaningful. Like that's what I'm saying. That spirit, you know, if you love me and you riding, if you love me and you riding, then let's feel the love and let's stick together at all times. Because there's times where I think that people act out and do things because they're lacking the love and lacking the feeling and lacking the family, you know, environment, like the need to be around the friends and the energy. Like, for instance, it's like Don C just is like not around as much, and the people that were around or starting to make money just didn't care about me as much as Don C did, because we like moving, like Kanye West is like an entity, like a money making machine or something, and you get into that situation and you don't have people that are continuously looking out for your best interests at all costs and making sure. Because I even had people that was with me at TMZ that could have stopped it. They could have stopped it. They could have said like, yo, this is going too far. Right. That's just allowing, you know, these things to happen. So I believe that the you know, the downfall of Kanye West is directly related to Don C not being around.
Wow.
See that?
And because at the very beginning,
Don C, he's now crediting the people that helped him. Now he's saying, oh, Don C wasn't around. Now he's saying all the Chicago people that helped him when he finally was getting started. Now he's talking about, man, Don C ain't around. Naming all the Chicago people because he's on Chicago radio now.
In my career, right when I was growing up and Manop was managing me, because Manop manages me now again, and we
now he went back to his old management from Chicago. It's Scooter Braun and him split up. So he got away from Scooter and all his other managers. Now he went back to his original manager now, back in Chicago. All these people he talking about is in the room. They're in this room.
You know, we rebuilding, you know, what I can do. And it's a new, speaking third person, it's a new Kanye West that you're going to see that's going to be better because of this mental health situation. It's going to be better because of this TMZ situation. And Don is actually, he's icing it down right now because I just told him I need him to be there for me so shit like this don't happen to me. Because it's,
Now I got to return the hug.
I think it's
That's what family's for. That's what family's for. And you came home to your family.
We talked early in this conversation, and I asked you a question, and I think at that time you might not have had the answer about what are you missing not being in Chicago, and I feel like this is the answer to that question. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about having the people that started with you, done Monopoly back with you, meeting with Don C, being with you in the beginning, we've seen GLC be critical of some of the things you're going through, but you told us that you had conversations with him.
Right.
I'm glad to see that you're back here in Chicago and you're reconnecting with the people that were with you at the beginning of this career. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a beautiful thing.
One thing that we can learn from my wife, and the reason why she don't end up in UCLA is because she has a family with her at all times in every situation. So it's all of them against Hollywood. So you gotta have that support system. You know, I'm out here doing superhero acts on the daily, and you know, that constant energy and that constant surrounding of people who are inspiring you, and it's like you need a village around you when you got someone who has a so many responsibilities where I have a voice for the Black community. I got I'm producing 5 albums in a row, including my own album. I'm dealing with people trolling me. I'm dealing with, people, there's a lot of pressure. I'm pitted in competitions directly with Drake, competitions directly with Virgil at the same damn time. Like the song, like at the same damn time. Like I'm literally gotta have the shoes popping to the Off-White Nike Louis Vuitton level. I gotta have a record popping to the Kiki level. I gotta have the and then I gotta
Your
make
blackness gets challenged.
Then I got my blackness get challenged. It's like, am I talking black enough? Am I talking white enough? Am I representing enough inside a country that we got brought into? And then I still got to get the sandals the right size.
All right, well, let's do this, Kanye. We're going to continue the conversation with you, but for everybody listening right now, man, what would you just like to say? A real quick statement for everybody listening in Chicago that's appreciating you being so open with us this morning on WGCI.
What I'm saying is thank you for, like I'm saying, riding with me. And I need y'all as a city to just have my back. And I promise you, you're going to see a new Ye. You're going to feel the impact of the new relationships and the new ideas and the exposure that I've gathered is about to be applied now. And I appreciate y'all still letting me come up here and just talk to you about it.
That's dope. And I hope we see you here with that too. Not just the stuff they implement, but I think you being here brings hope to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I hope we see you more of you too, bro.
Kanye West, man.
So this, in the same interview, I have the whole thing. I just wanted to play that part. Now, yes, that's an old clip. That's to show you what happened. See, y'all didn't really know that. Here in Chicago, we know that. In the same interview, he was talking about everything. He sat down with all the people that I was talking about from Chicago. He was coming back making amends with, because he haven't dropped those 5 albums yet. Those 7 albums that he was talking about, which was the Pusha T album, the Nas album, and all of that stuff just basically went to crap. All of a sudden, the bag came. But he was like, I'm going to build a Yeezy plant here in Chicago. I'm going to raise my kid. I'm finna move back to Chicago, and I'm going to raise my kids here in Chicago. Kim Kardashian ain't coming to Chicago. No, she's not dealing with snow. Sorry, that's not finna happen. So all of this was BS, and I called it out right then and there. This is the day. All those guys was at the party. I'm in the corner. They got me in there because I'm not buying the Kanye West bullshit this time. I'm like, no, this is bullshit. This is a PR stunt. He's just trying to get himself. He's not going to do any of this shit. They was like, no, he is. Kanye is finna do this, man. He finna build this. He back home, man. Why you ain't with Ye, man? You a hater. Dog, we was all there. I'm in the room with all these people that support Ye and was back. No, he cool now, man. You heard him today. Ye back. And man, I just sat down with Kanye, man. We ate lunch together, man. It was beautiful. He finna help me do this. He finna build a Yeezy plant right here in Chicago. That's finna give like 1,000 jobs. I said, you know what? If he do that, I'm gonna shut up. Y'all win. Y'all win the argument. So we know if Kanye do all this stuff he's saying, I'm gonna shut up. Y'all win. That's the end of the argument. You just said he finna build a Yeezy plant here in Chicago. He finna do all these things. Adidas ain't finna go for that. It's too costly. I'm like, I know from a business perspective, that's not gonna make any sense. But I know why he's gonna say that to y'all. And what happened? None of it ever materialized. Everything he told them never did any of it. All that stuff started flopping. People started going crazy, and they was, Ye is going nuts. Ye is doing this and that, and he's just losing his mind, and he's going, now everybody is back on the blanket. Now all these dudes, they don't even want to say nothing to me now. I'm just like, where's the Yeezy plant, dog? Where's all the stuff for the Chicago that he was going to do, right? Now y'all back mad. What happened to his mama house, Donda house? He ain't fixed that up either, did he? Nope. Okay. Just asking. You know what he did? He built a Fat Burger by Evergreen Plaza that didn't sell. So when Katt Williams brought up the statement and said, why are we looking at somebody who's suffering from mental health issues? Why are we looking at him and saying, let's watch what he does next? Why are we doing that? Now, one minute they say, oh, well, he don't have mental problems. He's just a genius. Then the next thing they say, oh, he is. Now, Kanye West ran into a bigger problem because he realized Carcino was right. Giving that woman power or part of your company where it might have been an endearing moment for you to give her part ownership in Yeezy, it was the dumbest thing you could have ever done at the time. Because now, because of your rants and your actions and the way you are, they could justify keeping you on medication. Like he said, that strength and conditioning coach is like, dude, I can give you some medication where you won't wake up again. And he exposed that guy. But why would you need that guy in your life? Why would you need to want to have that strength and conditioning coach around? This Hollywood guy. More than that, and I said more than that, because the rabbit holes gets even deeper. The rabbit hole gets a lot deeper. They can clearly have you committed. Get a judge to say you're incapable of taking care of yourself, and they will have guardianship over you. The Kardashians, Kim is your wife. She can get legal guardianship over you, which means Kris Kardashian could get guardianship over you, Kanye. And you know what happens? All of your assets, all of your property, and she's part owner of Yeezy, it all goes to Kim. Your music royalties and everything. And they'll put you in a hospital and you can't check yourself out of. And they'll keep you on so many cc's of Thorazine, you won't even be able to blink. Now y'all get the bigger picture? Now you get the bigger picture of why you don't give them ownership? And what happened? He was close to being fully committed to a hospital forever. That's what y'all don't know. He was this close to being fully committed to a hospital forever. That's why he got the hell away from Kim Kardashian. That's why he moved to Wyoming and got the hell out of California in the first place. He wanted to get the hell away from them. They were trying to have him committed. They convinced him to see these doctors that he's crazy. You're crazy. Kanye West had like 3, 4 doctors. He had a shrink. He had a behavior specialist, a marriage counselor, and he was paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to these doctors. Then he had this strength and conditioning coach who was legally able somehow to prescribe you medicine. And he is a celebrity trainer for the stars and movie stars in Hollywood. And he began to threaten Kanye, like, you better stop mentioning my name, or your playtime with your kids will be a lot different. I will give you some medication and you won't be able to move again ever. So Kanye made it public of the messages he said to him to protect himself. Because now he realized all that conspiracy stuff, that's over with. This is real. This real time. See, it's one thing when people say it's conspiracy, but it's another thing when you're living with it right in front of your face. This is what Kanye West was faced with. That many of y'all didn't know what was going on. I did. I knew. So y'all wonder why he destroyed his Yeezy brand? Why did Kanye blow up the Adidas deal? Why did he do that and just didn't care? He just torpedoed everything and kept going crazy and yelling and doing all that. He wanted to get out of the deal. Well, I can tell you one thing. It's what he did. He gave her ownership. That's all I could tell you, lady. He did a video on Mother's Day of him presenting her with ownership. You know, I can't. That's what he did for Mother's Day. He gave her a percentage of Yeezy. So I don't know what thing you saying that in the divorce proceedings that she don't own any of it. But let me tell you why he was blowing all this up. Kanye West wanted to blow it all up so he can get out of those deals. He wanted out. And the reason why he wanted out of those deals is for a very simple reason. Oh, the reason why the Dynasty video isn't up because I got hit with a copyright thing, so I got to go clean that up and then re-upload the video again. So for all of this, that Patreon people. Now, because he had good music, everybody on good music is basically off good music. They knew Kanye West is a great producer, but he's not a great businessman. And because he's not a great businessman, the company hurts itself. Now, he got out of the Gap deal because he didn't like the way they were treating him like an N-word. Adidas started treating him the same. And they was like laughing at him, thinking, this guy thinks he's a boss. Well, he was the boss. But they didn't see it that way. So right away, he was being ostracized. So what Katt Williams actually brought up was a case of everything you brought on yourself was because of the Kardashians. Now they then took all your money. You got to pay them almost $200,000 a month in child support. Notice I said child support. Why would she, who Kanye did the right thing, tried to say, look, she make more money than me now. Ain't no way I should be paying child support. She's making more than me, Your Honor. She should be paying the child support. Now, this woman gets to dictate when you see your kids. When you made her career, and now she's got all of this money, finna be a billionaire, all this sports dealerships. I mean, not sports dealerships. Yeah, she do got the sports, the NBA. NBA since when? NBA wears Skims. How the hell you get an NBA deal with Skims? Skims is Kanye West's idea. And long as the golden goose keep coming up with billion-dollar ideas, they gonna keep them around. Jules, it's called a force out. See, they squeeze you out of your position and draw you out when you need the money bad enough, because you got all these other things going on and things are tied up. They force you to have to take a deal because you need money. It's like when you sue somebody, right? And they tell you don't go to work. Don't go to work while the lawsuit's going on. And you're going to be like, well, I got bills. How I'm going to pay my bills? They was like, look, you're going to get a lot of money if you just sit out of work. Sit out for about a couple of weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or whatever. Do what you can. Now you're collecting all this debt, right? And you're like, by the time I get the money, it's all going to go to paying off this debt. I don't want that. So what do? What do you do? You cash out. Now Skims has got an NBA deal, and it ain't attached to Kanye West. So they bought him out. But Skims was his idea. Kim Kardashian wouldn't have been involved in that if it wasn't for him. Jared Kushner's brother got 10%. Yep. Katt Williams said, what kind of Pete Davidson don't even want her? Why is that? Because, well, here's the thing, Katt. That was not a real relationship. That was a rebound thing. To try to distance herself away from Kanye, it was all about her and Pete. And I keep saying, why does Hollywood do this? They take Pete Davidson and make him a sex symbol. Really? And I'm like, this dude look like he's about to OD in 10 seconds. Every time you see him, he look like he's slapped out on dope. Even though he be like, I haven't touched drug in years. I'll be like, well, when you did, it really messed you up. The first time I seen Pete Davidson, I said, he's on drugs. And they was like, man, he get all the hot chicks. And they'll be like, because they on drugs. He was with Ariana Grande. She was doing drugs too. That's your proof. When you with somebody like that, I'm like, Pete Davidson. I'm like, y'all try to make this dude like a sex symbol. Have you seen Pete Davidson? He looked like that little monkey that be like, he looked just like that goddamn little monkey. That's what he looks like. He looked like he's whacked out of his mind on drugs. And I'm like, this guy? This is like the average guy you can find in a fucking mall. All of this is not surprising anymore. All these people who are in these situations, like they knew Demi Lovato was whacked out of her mind on drugs for years. They knew it. I met Demi. She's a sweet person. She's a very sweet girl. Met Demi Lovato. She was the nicest human being ever, but they were stressing and driving her through the wall. She always had to diet, keep her weight down, because she's a big girl. But she got to keep sweating down, and she's like, oh, I like how my body looks now. What's a good way to keep your weight down? Heroin, dope. She was on that diesel. Of course, it was the most successful collaboration. Adidas was in debt. They were in the red. The company was at the point of it was going to have to sell out to Nike or somebody else. The German-based company was in disarray. Now, thank you for the super chat. The super chat works here. I'm glad that somebody realized it works. Yes, the super chat work. The Cash App is Carcino. Thank y'all too for hitting up my Cash App. I appreciate that. And everybody who came on the Patreon, I know you saw what went down. My uncut version of Katt Williams' interview on Patreon. I'm going to just show you the comment section of that. Blew people's minds. See, people had never seen my Patreon before. They think they get everything here. No. Here I have to be guarded, supervised. But on the Patreon, it's uncut. You get the real uncut. My uncut Christian Keys Patreon version is right there. This is the one. Katt Williams, Shannon Sharp, uncut version. We need a part 2. This was explosive and really good. It is. Real, recognize real. You see what I'm saying? Show you my comment section. Real, recognize real. Salute. Load up the comments. I don't know if I want to watch now or save it for later tomorrow. I know this is going to be a classic. How deep the rabbit hole goes. Protect Sino at all costs. I would always appreciate the info you give. Said, man, Sino, you got all the missing pieces. Now it all makes sense. Appreciate you, bro. The takeaways from this video are shut up. Now we know when to shut up. Fame sucks and the world is effed. Sino, whatever you said stays in this video because I don't want them people to know me at all. Makes sense. Hollywood is a weird place. We need part 2. So as you can see, this video is explosive. That video is explosive because when Katt Williams talked about the meeting, you didn't know. I knew those people in that meeting. I knew who was in the meeting, what meeting he was talking about. But I said, I don't know about Katt being there with Luda. Whatever happened there, I don't know. But the meetings that he was talking about, that he was alleging that Luda was in, I know about those meetings. I know the locations of those 2 meetings. And we gave all the details of things that you didn't even know was connected to that. We gave you names and we gave you proof. So that video is explosive. Then, of course, this video is still flying out there. The uncut Christian Keys Patreon version video. So the Patreon has been on fire lately. This video should be number 1 right now, pinned up at the top. So we'll pin that one up. Boom. Okay, now it's pinned. Suge Knight ain't telling the whole truth. So again, we broke that down. Civil War is coming faster than you know. We talked about Whitlock. This is way before the incident. Kwame Brown talking about the academic situation. Then I gave you about academics, and I called it a hoax. Oh, you're going to want to hear that too. Diddy's about to settle again. And I gave you guys the whole video on that. You saw that here on YouTube. Chris Rock will only date Latinas and white women now. And we explained and broke that down to you. As you can see, you get things that you have not seen before, but only on the Patreon. The video, the audio wasn't there. So we got to redo the whole thing. They had sabotaged me for something else, and it ended up interfering with the video altogether. I got to pick off the internet. I just subscribed to the Patreon. Oh, you better. You should. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's well worth it. Once again, I've been credited by Patreon as the most active user. Like, there's nobody more active than me. Most of these people, like Joe Budden on there, all these people, they give you maybe 2 things a week. You get like 2, 3 things from me in a day. So you get more than your money's worth. The Chris Rock one was funny. Yeah. A lot of people know better now. When they go on my Patreon, they know it's a whole new ride. It ain't nothing like this. This is fun, but Patreon, woo! The gloves are off, baby. The gloves are off. Here, I got to be reserved. Yep. So, yeah, let me get to work because I'm going to do those videos anyway. So, I'm going to get to work on those. So, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Now, y'all got some insight to what Katt Williams was saying about Kanye West. Like, why are we paying attention to this guy? Like, why are we looking at Kanye West as the light? So, when all these things I was saying about Kanye then, I used to back him at first. And I said, no, I can't keep doing that. If you keep going back to the well, doing this and coming back, and then when you get your money, you go run back over there, I can't deal with that. You ain't gonna keep lying to me, and then I look like the fool who keep taking you back. That's like the ex-girlfriend who keeps cheating, and you keep taking her back. You believe the excuse she give you, and you take her back. If you keep doing that, who's the fool? You. So I'm like, I'm not finna be the fool to sit here and keep backing Kanye West bullshit. I'm done. So shouts out to Welcome to HD TV. Shouts out to Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, Armando Black TV, Ticket TV, Kwame Brown Bus Life. And stop telling me who don't shout me out. Ticket TV don't never shout you out, Sino. You always showing support to him. Dreamers Pro don't shout you out. None of these dudes, man. Man, just F them, Sino. I don't have to. If I'm telling you these are good channels, they got good content. They doing good things. I'm not saying that for them to shout me out. I'm saying they don't have to. They do not have to. They might be busy. They might have shouted me out on another video. They're appreciative. They haven't done anything that's standing in my way. We got to get out of that mentality of just attack somebody. Jeez. These people don't owe you nothing. I say support them because they got good content. You might like it. So I shout them out, not out of obligation. I'm not obligated to shout out Jose or HD or Kwame or what. It don't matter. If I feel they got good content, check them out. All right. So I'm gone. Deuces.